Namaste, beautiful gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyen. If you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, I do want to let you know that I do use terms as divine masculine or divine feminine when I am speaking about twin flames. That is just the energy, and it is not male or female or gender specific. If you're looking for something that is more particular for your situation, please check out my description box. And as you are intuitively guided, please choose a reading or a service that is best fitted for your situation. Now, I am going to go ahead and talk to you about something that happened to me today. I was at breakfast by myself, dropping my son off to work, and I seen this lovely family. And at any rate, when they got finished eating, they left and they greeted me on the way out. And I told them, goodbye. And they were going to go travel for Christmas. And so about 5 minutes later, I come back and the waitress tells me she's taking my bill because someone paid for my bill and told me to have a good Merry Christmas. I knew that it was that couple. So I wanted to share that, and I also wanted to share that today I brought my mother a Michael Kors purse, and I was able to get an extra 25% off of the original price. And then I went to the health food store the health food store to pick up my supplements, and they gave me another $5 coupon off today. So it's like, oh my God, like I've had like a day full of blessings. I want you guys to comment in the comment section some blessings and things that have happened to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be today or yesterday, but anything that has happened to you during this Christmas spirit or during this week that will just edify us and lift us all up into high vibrations, because I really feel like a lot of us need that right now. And if you haven't had that experience, it's coming. You have to believe it and you have to know it. All right, let me go ahead and call in some help by calling air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Yadhid Vahe, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for this beautiful reading in all directions, time and space, past, present, and future. And so it is. First and foremost, I just want to ask you, how deep do you want to go down this rabbit hole? You guys, as time progresses, things are getting really out of control when it comes to the karmics. Now, I am going to say this. Not all karmics are from the dark side, but this karmic that I'm channeling, as you can see with the 10 of Pentacles, this represents a lineage. This represents bloodlines. Okay? And speaking of these bloodlines, let me go ahead and spray me some Kid Karma ass spray. Because as you can see from the title of this video, this is not a light video. This is a heavy ass video. And I fell asleep like about, I don't even know how many times, I can't even count anymore, by trying to channel this message. And then finally, I just like, look, Michael, I need you to be here with me so I can get this reading out, because obviously it's necessary. Okay? I just keep hearing boiling point. I don't know what that means now, but I know as I'm channeling that spirit will reveal what that means. Okay, something is coming to me about the karmic has reached her boiling point. She has reached her boiling point. She is pulling out all stops. Like, the karmic is always up to something. They always have some type of trick up their sleeve. But right now, what is happening is that the karmic is shape-shifting, okay? This dates all the way back to Africa. Africa is very familiar with shapeshifters, or some people call it the anthropy, okay? Where humans change into, okay, theory and animal, anthropy, which is human, and you put it together, you have human and you have animal, beast and animal together, which we know it now in later terminology as shape-shifting. So this person has an ancestor, an ancient ancestor that has been passed down through the family lines, okay, which is represented by the 10 of sacred circles. This represents family lineage. This represents family bloodlines. They're calling upon a family member that has shapeshifted and have taken possession of this animal that comes and take up possession of this karmic's body. So this karmic is able to channel and to be able to have wisdom of the future, because otherwise this person, whether male or female, will be unable to view what's in the future. This is not a gift that they have that they can tap into. Contrary to what we are told that, whoa, everybody is psychic and born with psychic gifts. Not everybody have access to it. Not everybody knows how to tap into it. So this karmic chooses to use voodoo, okay, in order to allow for her body to be taken possession over by a ancient family member. And this family member, when she's under this possession, she's able to convince divine masculine of a lot of things just because she has insight and she can see into the future. But divine masculine doesn't know that she's using the dark side. Divine masculine is kind of skeptical. He has his ideals, or she, take what resonates, because I do realize that it could be flipped. So, make it fit your situation. But this person is influencing divine masculine by this superpower. And a lot of the karmics are really watching divine feminine, and a lot of divine feminines are psychic, intuitives, and so she is basically clocking her every move, her every style, the way that she laughs, the way that she does her facial expressions, her mannerisms, all of that. And so what she's doing is copycatting divine feminine. And so she is doing those things to try to make divine masculine think that she's divine feminine. Okay? And so this is why a lot of the divine masculines are still where they are, because they're believing that the karmics are the divine feminine, and that the divine feminine is not really the divine feminine, and that the divine feminine is really the karmic. Yeah, it's like a switcheroo that's been done. Now, with the Prince of Sacred Circles, I'm getting from this that divine masculine is very skilled at love. Okay? He's very focused. He's very hardworking. And this is one of the things that drew the karmics into the divine masculine sphere of existence, because they were intrigued by how much of a good, hardworking man that divine masculine is. Not to mention that divine masculine heart is made of gold. And so that was something that was also intriguing. But the flip side of this card is that it could also represent divine masculine being very stubborn. Okay, and then the man on the card represents the father-son connection. So there may be some type of child involved, a male child involved, and this may be the connection between him and the karmic. Take what resonates. But again, I am reading for multiple people at the same time here, even though this is a general reading. I'm really sensing that the karmic is not able to channel unless she has this type of, ancestral possession, which is something that has been passed down from generation after generation in this family. The karmic does come from a very dark history of sorcery and voodoo. And we'll get a little bit deeper into that, but I really feel like she's using necromancy as well and blood sorcery. She's really into the dark and doing dark things, especially when divine masculine kind of like made her feel like she was left out in the code with the 5 of sacred circles. Okay, she felt like she was left out in the code, and so she had to implore and do everything that she could in order to save the relationship, the shape shifting. And I really feel like divine masculine knew he had some type of ideal of what was going on, but not quite. Okay, because with this card here is an indication of physical healing that needs to be done on the karmic's behalf. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. It's not only the divine feminines and the divine masculines that need the healing, the karmic needs healing as well. I feel like this also represents the karmic taking the spiritual risk for opening himself up to this ancestor to come to take possession over the body, so they will be able to have the wisdom. So there's a lot of spiritual risk that are involved that the karmic has basically opened themselves up to. All right. You have the high priestess. The high priestess represents the spell work. It represents the voodoo, the blood sorcery. I feel like she's using sexual fluids and magnetics. Okay. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, I am a doctor. I'm going to give you a breakdown. She may not be using actual blood, or she may be using actual blood, because there's multiple karmics that I'm talking about. But there's 2 scenarios here. One is using actual blood. She's using her own blood from her menses in order to use a binding spell and ritual. Okay, people that are Creole and from the South and in America, they know how to use these spells with blood in order to bind a man. This is one of the ways. Okay, I give multiple scenarios because when I'm channeling, I'm getting multiple things here. The second, she's using sexual fluid because there's blood. In case you guys don't know, there's blood in semen, there's blood in sexual fluid, so that's all the blood she needs. So after she's having sex with divine masculine, it's not funny. That was a nervous laugh, like, whoa, the amount of trajectory that people are used to going through in the extremes. It's just mind-boggling to me that people will go through this, but they are. Okay, she's using the sexual fluids and magnetics in order to do a ritual to bind the divine masculine and to keep him stuck. And this may be the reason why you have the Prince of Sacred Circles, because he's about tradition, he's about family, and it feels natural to him. So no, it doesn't feel like he's under a spell, because quite naturally he wants a family. Quite naturally he wants to be the breadwinner. You see what I'm saying? Because we know the circles stands for disc or pentacles, which is earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Take what resonates. So we have this energy very strong here. We have 3. Okay, 3 is here because it represents the family connections and the family ties. So this is a triple emphasis that this is what divine masculine wants. This is what is in his aura, is to be a family man. And so Miss Karmic thing came along and played off of that. Oh, you want to be a family, huh? Okay. Well, she does what she do. She does her blood sorcery, all right, or her witchery. This is around the winter solstice or the, Yuletide. So a lot of rituals are being done. There's some karmics that are into Nawal. Look it up on Google if you want more information about it. I'm just channeling the information as I am receiving it. So, this person is very crafty, the person that they're dealing with, and I don't even really know they know how dark of a person that they're really dealing with, because in the grand scheme of things, I really feel like Divine Masculine is using it to his own advantage as well, and he's making it, benefit him. He's trivializing the mysteries. I really feel that he's doing it for his own motives, okay? That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like it's for him to, have his self-gratifications, all right, due to those superficial motives. So if he's trivializing the mysteries due to superficial motives, then he's really not 100% in tune with his own intuition of what's going on, because I feel like she's like pulling a wool over his eyes. You see what I'm saying? He has a veil over his eyes. He's not really seeing. It's like he's up under a hypnotic spell. You guys, there's a movie. Is it called Percy Jackson? You guys know what I'm talking about, when they go into the casino and they eat these lotus flowers, right? And they keep eating these lotus flowers, and then years and years have passed. They don't even know it. They're not even cognizant of it, because there's so much of it under that hypnotic spell from the lotus flowers. So I really feel like Divine Feminine, in your case, because I know I have cross watchers, the Karmic is basically feeding sex to Divine Masculine as lotus flowers. Time is escaping. Divine Feminine is wondering where Divine Masculine is. Why hasn't he came home yet? Well, he's up under this hypnotic spell, and he's not even aware of the time that has lapsed. He doesn't even know that it's been 11 months, 14 months, 16 months, 18 months, and 22 months for some of you. And for a lot of you, it's been longer than that, right? Because when the high priestess is on the scene, we know that there is voodoo. But the good thing about it is that source and the energies that are on the earth right now is really supporting the completion of this, because you have the world. The world deals with cycles, and cycles ending and new beginnings. So this cycle has ended. And the Karmic knows that, because she would never feel left out in the cold with the 5 of sacred circles, because that's what it feels like. And so she pulls a stun again, right? And then she's now, convincing Divine Masculine that I'm Divine Feminine. Plot twist, shape-shifting. Okay? But again, as the world turns on its axle, we need to know that Divine Masculine is lacking vision. That's why it's here. He cannot see straight, because he's not tapped into his own inner vision, his own vision within. Instead, he has tunnel vision, okay? He's starving himself from even being able to see the truth. I feel like this situation has taken its course, right? It's the end of that cycle. It's the end of the voodoo, and it's the end of the musician. It's the end of the illusions, the mind games, mind psychology. What's coming to me is that when this Karmic, after she's under the possession and it wears off, she's mentally drained, so she's having signs of psychosis. She's having signs of mental health, mental issues, and the Divine Masculine is so in love with her. He's feeling so sorry for her. Oh, we really have to pay attention to those that are suffering through mental illnesses, when he don't even realize that it's all spiritual and it's self-imposed. She brought it upon herself. She even knew that that was a side effect, but she wanted what she wanted so bad, she was willing to take that risk. And so now we have the Princess of Stave. The Princess of Stave is basically messages from the other side that are coming through from divine masculine's ancestors from the higher realms and the higher planes of existence and other dimensions that are telling divine masculine that he needs to start using discernment. He needs to start discerning between right and wrong, and he needs to make a stand for what is right. Okay? Because right now he's not participating in a just cause, which is for the journey that is set out in front of him. I feel like something is about to boil over, you guys. I feel like divine masculine is at his boiling point. Remember, I kept on telling you, I keep on hearing boiling point. I feel like that it's here. The boiling point is here. Something's about to boil over. Something underneath the surface is about to come to light, and divine masculine is going to be very pissed off. Okay? I feel like somebody is about to drop the dime on the karmic. Someone that is in close proximity, maybe a friend or a relative, is about to tell divine masculine what the karmic has been up to. All right, you guys, that does come to my conclusion of this reading. If you want to meet me on the other side to see how everything pans out, you can meet me there for $11.11. In the meantime, in between time, it has been such a wonderful privilege to channel this message for you. All right, it is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a love donation if you feel inclined to, or you can purchase a gift from my wish list and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness, and so it is, everyone. Namaste.